We've got some fantastic news. December deposit, $3,370 direct payment for seniors in 12 key states on SSI, SSDI. That could brighten up your Thanksgiving Day if you receive Social Security, SSI, SSDI, or VA benefits. Get ready for a special surprise direct payment that could put up to $3,600 in your pocket. We'll dive into all the details about these payments. We know that understanding how this extra money works is super important, so we'll break it down in easy to understand language. Whether you're curious about who qualifies or how this money can make a difference in your life, we've got you covered. These payments aren't just about dollars and cents. They're about giving you a little extra support and peace of mind. We'll explore how this boost can help cover expenses, make ends meet, or even treat yourself to something special. $3,600 payments are part of the recently passed Inflation Relief and Consumer Protection Act. The ACT authorizes over $280 billion in funding to be distributed through the Social Security Administration, Department of Veterans Affairs, and other federal agencies. Too many seniors and those who's eligible living with disabilities are falling behind, struggling to afford basics like food, housing, and medicine, said Senator Jackie Caldwell, one of the Act's lead sponsors. These direct payments will help cover a few months of expenses as we continue working to tackle inflation over the longer term. So who will actually receive the $3,600 pay payments based on the eligibility criteria outlined in the Act? The payments will go to 1, anyone currently receiving Social Security retirement benefits; 2, anyone currently receiving Social Security Disability Insurance, SSDI; 3, anyone currently receiving Supplemental Security Income, SSI; 4, anyone currently receiving VA disability compensation or pension benefits. The key requirement is that you must have been receiving benefits from one of those 4 federal programs as of Thanksgiving 2025 to qualify automatically for $3,600 payment. It does not matter if your income limit started receiving benefits last month or 20 years ago. However, the payments are restricted to individuals with total benefits below certain income limits for Social Security recipients. The income limit is $37,500 for individuals and $53,000 for married couples for SSI, SSDI, and VA recipients. The limit is set at $277,000 for individuals. It's important to note that these income limits only include your federal benefit income, not other sources like wages, interest, or capital gains. So even higher earners may potentially qualify if their total Social Security, SSDI, SSI, or VA payments are under the thresholds for married couples receiving benefits. Both spouses will receive a $3,600 payment as long as their combined benefits are under $53,000. Unfortunately, individuals' eligibility. Without any benefits from Social Security, SSI, SSDI, or the VA will not qualify for these direct payments. The Inflation Relief Act specifically restricts eligibility to current federal beneficiaries only. For those who do qualify, the government is aiming for a simple and fast delivery process. There's no application or lengthy paperwork to fill out, and instead, the Social Security Administration and VA will automatically send out the $3,600 payments using the same payment channels as your regular monthly benefits. So if you receive electronic deposits, you'll get the payment directly into your bank account. If you receive paper checks, the $3,600 will come as a separate check in the mail. According to officials, the first wave of payments is scheduled to go out this Thanksgiving Day and continue over the next 3 weeks' payment dates. The goal is for all eligible recipients to receive their $3,600 by the end of this month. To ensure you get paid on time, the agencies are urging all federal beneficiaries to make sure your current payment information and mailing address is up-to-date in their systems by this Thanksgiving if possible. While most payments should arrive by Memorial Day, there may be some delays for a small percentage of recipients if the Social Security Administration or VA do not have current bank account or address information on file. Processing could take additional time. The agencies say that anyone still waiting on their $3,800 payment by mid-June should follow up at that point by calling or visiting their local office. They will be able to deadlines, look into the status and any potential issues with the payment. There are also some key end-of-month deadlines to be aware of regarding eligibility to receive the full $3,600 amount. You must have active federal benefits. Anyone starting payments or later could receive a reduced payment amount or potentially miss out on this relief entirely. The Inflation Relief Act also sets an overall expiration date of July 31 for issuing any remaining payments under this program. So even if you encounter processing delays, you'll still need to resolve those before the end of next month to claim the $3,600 as we get closer to the first additional tips. Some additional tips to be ready and make the most of this opportunity. First, start reviewing your eligible monthly expenses that you can use this payment for things like rent or mortgage payments, grocery and utility bills, outstanding medical costs, auto expenses like repairs or insurance premiums, and any other essentials, while $3,600 is a significant amount factor in how long it may need to last with other income sources. Next, brace for potential payment delays or errors impacting some recipients. With over 64 million payments going out on a tight time frame, unanticipated technical or processing issues are likely. If you don't get yours within the first few weeks, follow the guidance to look into it rather than assuming you're ineligible. There may also be some confusion or misinformation spreading about the program in the coming weeks. Scammers often take advantage of stimulus payments by posing as government officials and attempting to collect personal details or payments. Be skeptical of any solicited calls, emails, or text messages claiming issues with your payment. Only communicate directly through the Social Security Administration and VA's official websites and phone numbers for reliable information and updates on this Manage Expectations program. Of course, the trustworthy details will be covered here as information becomes available as well. Finally, it's important to manage expectations about this being a one-time temporary payment. While $3,800 will provide meaningful relief for many, it does not solve the longer-term challenge of sustained inflation, outpacing benefits and fixed incomes over time. Advocacy groups have already started pressuring Congress and federal agencies to consider recurring direct payments, benefit increases, or other policy actions. Beyond this limited program, however, those decisions remain very much up in the air right now. So for the time being, the priority is ensuring all eligible Americans receive and can make the most of this new $3,800 payment over the next couple of months. There's no question this surprise move by Congress will have a huge impact in the coming weeks. I'll continue monitoring all the latest updates, and we'll be sure to clarify any outstanding details as the first payments start going out this Friday. Be sure to confirm your current payment info with Social Security or the VA and get ready to put that $3,600 to good use. Very soon, this $3,800 direct payment program has the potential to reach and benefit tens of millions of Americans in the coming weeks. However, it's critical that eligible recipients stay informed and vigilant to ensure they actually receive the full amount they are owed based on past stimulus rollouts. There are likely to be bumps in the road when it comes to processing and distributing payments on this massive scale. Preparation is key. Those expecting payments should get their current mailing address, bank account details, and other contact information squared away with the Social Security Administration or VA as soon as possible. Having accurate info on file will go a long way to avoiding delays or mistakes. It's also wise to monitor bank accounts and mailboxes closely starting this Friday through the end of the month. When the first payments are scheduled to deploy, there are resources available for those running into any issues or needing assistance with their payments as well. In addition to contacting the relevant federal agencies directly with questions, there are nonprofit organizations from community groups ready to help walk people through the process as needed. Groups like the National Council on Aging have already mobilized counselors and set up hotlines specifically dedicated to assisting with the new $3,800 payments. While the bulk of payments should arrive by Memorial Day, stragglers may still be trickling in through June and even early July. Thanks to the extended deadline set by Congress, persistence will be required if a payment doesn't come through initially. Following up proactively and keeping thorough documentation of any communications about the status of a delayed payment is highly advised. It's also probable that this one-time payment may just be the start. When it comes to future inflation relief from the federal government, many advocacy voices are already arguing that $3,800, while a significant amount, won't go nearly far enough to offset the compounding financial pressures caused by rising prices over the last couple of years. They are pushing for recurring direct payments to beneficiaries, tying increases more directly to measured inflation data or other supplemental support programs to be developed on that front. Congress is feeling immense pressure from both sides of the aisle to act liberal policy. Makers and voter bases are demanding robust solutions to help seniors, the disabled, and other vulnerable groups make ends meet. But fiscal conservatives also recognize that allowing rampant inflation to erode hard-earned benefits could be catastrophic both economically and politically if not addressed. While the path forward is still being hotly debated on Capitol Hill, the $3,800 payments set an important precedent and baseline for providing inflation relief. It demonstrates a willingness by federal legislators to take direct action and put money into the hands of those most impacted by rising costs using emergency stimulus funds. This program could very well end up being the first of many measures aimed at blunting inflation's sharpest impacts in the months ahead.